What is up, guys? It is Monday and it's part of our weekly video series, guys. Monday we like to do our live streams. First things first, I do want to give a shout out to the stream sponsors of CoinCatch and Breakout Prop. Breakout is a prop firm where you guys can actually get your accounts funded to trade with other people's money instead of trading with yours. You can buy an evaluation and kind of trade with a funded account, which is always good for people starting. Don't want to risk your own capital, that sort of thing. And then also for CoinCatch, they are the perpetual exchange of choice. It's what I use for all of my trading. I think it is one of the better non-KYC, non-VPN exchanges out there. So this is currently what we're looking at NPOC levels, right? No surprise. We have an NPOC print at upper limit and then we have one at lower limit, right? So it seems like to me, this is just still going to be a trade the range until it breaks type scenario. You know, I don't think that we're going to break all-time highs here. And I don't think that we're going to drop out of this 90K support, you know, trade the range until it breaks. If you were taking shorts up here, like our setup said, then congrats to you. Like I said, I did not take the short. I was just getting fucking punished on soul memes instead. Like the one narrative that I kind of have is like, you know, death to all memes right now. I think like that's kind of something to where it's definitely a little bit possible if memes just get absolutely obliterated going forward. Trump was like the top of the meme cycle. And again, this is like wishful thinking, right? Because I do think that memes have been a massive part of why so many altcoins have underperformed and a massive part of why good projects have been overlooked and underperformed as well is because all this meme craze, right? So like one thing that we can talk about is memes just going away, right? Something happens, they're just not where the liquidity is anymore. The thing about it is that's like one direction that this can go, right? Is death to all memes. President of the United States launching a meme coin. In hindsight, a couple months from now, is definitely a very, very good top signal for that sector, right? Now, that being said, what happens now? I don't know. I have no idea. I just think that all of this is just a very, very weird situation with, you know, Trump kind of coming in and creating this meme coin. Like, I just don't know what to even think of it. I think for me is like stepping away from trading during these times is probably the best, or just trading what you're comfortable with, right? BTC, ETH, SOL, probably what I need to stick to. We'll create some game plans today. I mean, really, it's all the same. Again, guys, BTC is getting into all-time highs. This is going to be an uncertain area. Most of the time, people just want this to happen, but really it sees a little bit of rejection, a little bit of downside, and maybe, you know, maybe then we can get that move. I still think up in general for Bitcoin, but like where are we going to find that next entry, right? So I'm still partially long on BTC and ETH. You know, as of right now, guys, this is a current short, you know, retest of those NPOC levels. I did not short it. I am not short. But at the same time, you know, I think for me, what I'm going to do is just have patience for lower. I don't feel like risking anymore into BTC right here. Like, what's the trade right here too? Like if you long right here, you know, you're longing into a high term time frame resistance level of previous highs, right? A couple of NPOC prints that show you where that liquidity pivot is. There's just not much for me to really be longing into this. So for me, the next area that I'm looking to long is going to be this 91794. And again, if we do get this, I think that this is going to crush a lot of things, especially altcoins and memes. So this is the next long entry, guys. Our long entries down at this level have bowed pretty well. The 114 long was pretty good, or again, that's the same one. We had the long at 1.6 to long that 9.3527, and then we also had NPOCs. It's kind of long in this area as well. So it's very basic, guys. Trade the range until it breaks. There's not much else to really talk about. But Ethereum too hasn't changed at all since our last talk. Since our last video that we did, I think on Friday, I created this. You know, we do have NPOC levels down at 3118 and 2846. I really still think having patience for this long entry is going to be the best one to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not forcing anything on Ethereum right now. Have I forced some meme plays? Yes, I have. But at the end of the day, you know, I am kind of going to take a step back from the memes and just kind of watch what is happening on BTC, on Ethereum, because it looks like more downside is upon us, guys. I just don't know what's going to catch these bids. Like, I just don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So I think like normally for me after the stream, probably going to step away from the markets altogether today and just not trade them. Let the dust settle. Let all this bullshit happen. I feel like I'm positioned well enough on spot and across the board to where it's just kind of walk away from this bullshit. You know, when you focus too much on it and everything everything kind of going on, you know, yeah, it sucks. Like, you think Trump is going to mention crypto. You think he's not. You're going to go in, you're going to long, you're going to short, you're going to sell. It just doesn't ever end well. So that's why I'm kind of just focused on, you know, my levels. I have my levels on BTC. Where's my level on BTC? Well, it's lower, 91794. That's where I'm looking to long BTC next. And then Ethereum as well, you know, back below that 3K, you know, 2118, 2846 long area is where I'm looking to long. If we don't get it, then we don't get it, you know, but overall, I still am looking for a little bit lower on some of these. Not much else to talk about. We talked about Ethereum. You know, we are just in, again, this buy zone. I think if you can get Ethereum bids anywhere in here, you know, you're looking good. You know, really, I do. I think that this is a lower limit buy zone with an NPOC cluster of confluence that we already tapped in here. So it was 2969 and 2917. So for me, it just stays the same, right? We're seeing a little bit of median ML resistance. The more times that Ethereum wicks into this box, I think the more opportunity you have to get long and to kind of get established on Ethereum before we see higher. I still think Ethereum's going higher. You know, as much backlash as it's received, a lot of people talking shit. I've made fun of it. I've made memes of it. I still think Ethereum's going higher, guys. I just think that no matter what, it is the most established crypto, regardless who's backing it, right? This Trump coin comes up 2 days ago and it has this insane market cap, right? But Ethereum is the one that's been around the longest. It's the one that's most established. It will pump when people are least expecting it. Does that mean that I think it's going to pump now? I have no idea and I don't really care. But what I do know is that this blue buy zone is an area of interest to be bidding, right? Anywhere between that 3,200 and that 2,900 is a buy zone for me on ETH. So I will be looking to continue to build a position in this area if I get it. But again, we'll just kind of see how things end up in the next couple weeks or so. And this is one of the ones I think that will do well purely based off of the fact that, you know, there's a government agency now named off of it. Again, it's just all going to take patience, right? I mean, you could just throw a very, very easy current range on this and then kind of construct trades based off that, right? Like if we drop from here around this 26, 28 area would be a good place that I'm looking to rebuy Doge if it happens. Since the new year, RUNE has dropped 60%. Like, this has got to be a bear market. Like, I don't know what else to say or how to talk about certain assets like this, because how is this in any way a bull market? Like 60% move to the downside since the start of the new year on RUNE. Again, nothing against RUNE. I've always thought RUNE was a decent play. I've longed it back in this area. You know, I had some pretty good swing trades, some pretty good trades within this, but you guys got to understand, like, this is crypto. Like, look at these swings, man. You got 80% down to a 400% up to a 81% down to another 320% up. Like, RUNE is crazy. And if we could get back to those crazy sort of swings, might not be a bad idea to kind of be longing RUNE down in this area. This is an area that has been a clear support for a long time. You know, support, then turn to resistance. We had this distribution pattern down here. Then it breaks out and then it's used as support again. So I do think RUNE is actually a pretty decent bid. Damn, AAVE looks pretty damn good. Wonder what's going on with this one. See, this is like an outlier you want to be a part of right here. It's dropped a little bit, but it's holding up pretty well. Man, AAVE is looking pretty solid for next leg higher, right? Hitting obviously this demand area, which, you know, of course you're seeing a little bit of chop. But that next leg higher on AAVE could be pretty extensive. This is one of the better looking charts in my opinion. You know, can chop like this before it gets a move up to like previous all-time highs of that 640. Seeing charts like AAVE makes me feel like I have some little bit of hope with some of these charts. We'll just have to see how things go going forward. I don't like DOT. I'd have to look at these a little bit more. I mean, if DOT got the retest of 560, I think that would be like go all in on DOT. Wouldn't be a bad one. But DOT is one of those ones that had so much upside. Dude, this looks exactly like the Bitcoin top. Barely broke all-time highs and fucking shredded. DOT's not bad, I guess. But again, like, what's the narrative that's going to push it? You know, altcoins that are sitting at the lows like this, yes, you think they're good entries, right? Because of previous cycle and even just previous local highs of like 12, right? But you guys sometimes, and even I forget too, like if this just nuked back down to these lows, it's another 26% from here after already nuking 50%. This is just a very tricky situation, and I want to just go and like long all these altcoins, but are altcoins even gonna be a thing anymore? I don't know. I was actually looking at APE on this breakout last time. I was looking at it like sub $1, and here we are again. I do actually like APE. But what's going to get this one running, right? Are NFTs going to come back? Are, you know, they going to create some sort of platform that allows you to use AAVE token. I don't know. Again, NFTs are pretty much dead to me. The one NFT I was like solely focused on just completely shit out on me. So it's like, what's the reason for jumping into AAVE? I see no narrative behind it. Is it at its lows? Yes, but that doesn't always mean that it's a good buy. I really want to see how this Trump train reacts. I think that if we get a dig, like I said, I have resting bids for Trump at around $20. I don't know if they hit, but if they do, I think that that is a good place to start adding into certain plays like BTC, Ethereum, Sol, some of your favorite meme coins. Because if this drops from here 30%, 40% down into that $20 range, I do think that the rest of the markets will collapse as well. And I do think that that opens up a lot of great bid opportunities for us, right? So we just got to stay sharp, put some resting bids, know your levels of entry. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully altcoins and things start to get a little bit hot, but I will see you guys over in the Telegram. Peace.